Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me. Over here. Hey. Anyone? Ladies, don't focus on the camera. I got a really important editorial review I want to discuss with you. Oh, I'm sorry. No men allowed. Oh, I didn't get that memo. Didn't get that. Oh, no black people either. Oh, didn't get that memo, but it's okay because I'm not black. That is the entire editorial review board at the Huffington Post, who has some very choice words for Donald Trump and his supporters. And my wife's mother and her boyfriend came over a few days ago while I was at work. They were here with her, and politics came up, presidential, race. Oh, I now can't vote for Trump. He's such a racist. And a friend of their family's a little while back, she told me the same thing. Oh, Lisa, yeah, same thing, racist. And you look at these videos online about Trump, these supporters and these anti-Trump haters, they're talking to him, and what's their problem? What do you have the problem with? He's a damn racist. I said, Evelyn, and my buddy Frank at work, we talk about this at lunch sometimes. I said, everybody that says that, I've asked a few people, can you point me in the right direction where I can see this man's a racist or anything like you know what I mean? Like, can you? I keep hearing this by people, but I don't find anything. Can you? What source? What is your source? Matter of fact, let me say that like Obama did his Okido speech a couple days ago. That's all, folks. So I decided today, Google is going to, you search for anything on Google, and you are pretty much going to find what you were looking for on the front page of Google, first page that comes up of the results. And more importantly, most likely the first 2, 3, or 4 results that come up at the very top, you're going to find what you were looking for. So, what are the chances that the Huffington Post, these gals, hey, what's up? Those girls. Hold on, did I really mess that up that bad? Oh, okay, I thought I put 2 different ones. First, number 1 hit, Google, first result, Huffington Post. And then there's another one in the news, first choice, right down there, third in line. Donald Trump is blatantly racist, and the media is too scared to call him on it. Vox, a little earlier today. First choice in the news. Again, first page of Google. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, okay? Just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to look at this link, and then we're going to go right down here. This is the top news story right now, and this is the top number 1 result for Trump being a racist. Okay? Here are 10. Huffington Post has 10 examples. I said, bingo. Once again, Google. Thank you, Google, for doing your job fantastically. You've given me the number 1 result. This means the whole internet is voting, sending links to the Huffington Post story, which makes it rank number 1 on Google. It must be the most relevant. So I went there first. Here are 10 examples of Donald Trump being racist. He claims to have a great relationship with the blacks, which is totally something a normal person would say. So, let's see if we can... Let's start off here. The Justice Department sued his company twice for not renting to black people. When Trump was serving as the president of his family's real estate company, the Trump Management Corporation, in 1973, the Justice Department sued the company for alleged racial discrimination against black people looking to rent apartments in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. The lawsuit charged that the company quoted different rental terms and conditions for black rental candidates than it did with white candidates, and that the company lied to black applicants about apartments not being available. Trump called those accusations absolutely ridiculous and sued the Justice Department for $100 million in damages for defamation. So I have to stop there, because if you know you're wrong, you don't go and sue the freaking Justice Department for $100 million for defamation. You say, you know what, they caught me, I was wrong, I'm going to try to settle, I've got a bunch of money, right, I'm a rich man, my family's rich. We'll find a way out of this. Not, I'm going to turn around and sue the Justice Department. So that's their number one source that he's a racist. Let's move on. In fact, discrimination against black people has been a pattern in his career. Workers at Trump's casinos in Atlantic City, New Jersey, have accused him of racism over the years. The New Jersey Casino Control Commission fined the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino $200,000 in 1992 because managers would remove African American card dealers at the request of a certain big spending gambler. A state appeals court upheld the fine. So in other words, you have a person that comes in, wants to spend an enormous amount of money at your facility, and their request is that I don't like, was it black or just, let's go back to that again. African American, so black card dealer. I don't want black card dealers dealing with me. I'd rather have who knows what. Now, I can't exactly say, you know, what this guy was wanting. Did he want hot? Maybe he wanted hot white women, good-looking white women to be the car dealers. He's going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars at the casino. He doesn't want to look at a black man. I'm just making this up just as a possibility because I don't have any more information. Bottom line is, you have a huge spender coming into your building. And I'm going to tell you this, no matter who you are. If you have any type of hospitality business, you're a restaurant, club, bringing it in, a big player shows up. Imagine Jay-Z and, oh God, I can't even think of her name, his wife. Good looking black lady. What is her name? It's how do you not even remember her name? Jay Snip, I'm going to punch you yourself in the face. Oh my God. Destiny's Child back in the day. I can't even think of her name. I don't even know why. But imagine if he came to town, Jay-Z comes to town, goes to his favorite nightclub, and the nightclub owner knows by the time this guy leaves over this weekend, I'm going to make at least $300,000 off this man and his entourage. He has a special request. He wants a black security guard at the front instead of my normal white guy. And he wants black women waitresses and, hostesses hosting on him. Do you think there's anybody in the world that's going to say, I'm sorry, Jay-Z, you racist. You can't come to my club. You can't spend $300,000 here because I can't switch personnel, which I have both. By the way, I have black people that work for me and white people that work for me. But on your request, you want a certain colored person. If that's your business, I can meet that request. Why? Because these employees that work for me, black, white, whatever, they can go do something else for the time being. I'm just going to switch them out of the table. No big deal. So here's the problem I have with the second, again, number 2 in line here. There's actually black people working for him. If he was racist, you wouldn't have any working for you. They'd all be janitors or cooks, not blackjack dealers, because he's would remove African American card dealers, which means he's allowed them to deal cards to everybody. Except this special request from a high roller says, I don't want black card dealers. You are going to cater to what that guy wants. I don't care who you are. That's how it goes in hospitality, period. I can't that does not say that Donald Trump himself is racist. Because what if, is Donald Trump there running the casino and hotel? Or is his management, his upper management? And they, of course, automatically know, if a high roller comes in and wants to spend sick money, I'm going to do anything they want. You want a red-headed dealer? You want one with big boobs or no boobs and a big butt? Or what do you want? I'll give you anything you want. That's what they do. So again, Huffington Post, step into my office. Why? Because you're freaking fired. That's why. Donald Trump, you're fired. That's how he'd say it. Huffington Post, you're fired. Let's move on to another one. He refused to condemn the white supremacists who are campaigning for him. Oh, he must be racist. 3 times in a row on February 28th, Trump sidestepped opportunities to renounce white nationalist and former KKK leader David Duke, who told his radio audience last week, which again, this is a while ago, that voting for any candidate other than Trump is really treason to your heritage. Again, if Jeffrey Dahmer was alive, if he was alive, and I'm running for president, and I've got a bunch of people backing me across the spectrum, white, black, Hispanic, rich, poor, middle class, everybody, we like you, we love you. And then we have Jeffrey Dahmer over here, and the guy from Silence of the Lambs, he's over there too with him, eating fava beans or whatever he did. We like Joe. He's our man. We want him. And matter of fact, one of them even says, it's treason to your heritage if you don't vote for old Joe. Why should I have to say, because of who he's decided to be in life, or both of them have decided to be in life, one's in prison for the rest of his life, the other one they're trying to capture him, we know he's a bad guy. Why do I have to renounce someone who likes me? Because there's going to be mentally ill people who like me. There's going to be females who like me. There's going to be transgenders who like me. There's going to be gays who like me. There's going to be people behind the white, not just the KKK, but was it the skinhead or the Nazi movement, whatever. There's going to be all people from all walks of life who support me. So because I didn't renounce these 2 people who support me because of what they believe in, not that I believe in it, but that's their belief, who am I to tell them anything or slap them in the face because of what they believe, because they voted for me or they want to vote for me? It's not my place to do that. So this is the 3rd one in a row, and I've read this everything in the site today. Here's another one. This Huffington Post, you nailed it. This is it. He questions whether President Obama was born in the United States. You are racist. Moving on to the news story. Remember the news? I said there was a news story too, right? So let's go to the news story. That was Vox, right? Donald Trump is blatantly racist, and the media is too scared to call him out on it. Who says this? Germain Lopez. Lopez is a Mexican last name, is it not? Nah, probably not biased on this. But let's see what they have to say. Donald Trump, the actual Republican candidate for president, now endorsed by his party leaders, openly said he wants to exclude someone from a government job because of his race and ethnicity. And they link that statement. So immediately, I got to verify that. Open link, new window. Another link to their own website, another article. Donald Trump wants to disqualify a judge purely because of his ethnicity. I think, okay, well, sounds interesting. Let's see what that's about. After months of underhanded attacks on Judge Gonzalo Curiel, the federal judge presiding over 2 class action suits against Trump University, Donald Trump finally came out and said it. People with, quote, Mexican heritage can't be trusted to put American values first. Here's what he told the Wall Street Journal. Mr. Trump said U.S. District Judge Gonzalo Curiel has, quote, an absolute conflict in presiding over the litigation given that he was of Mexican heritage and a member of a Latino Lawyers Association. Mr. Trump said the background of the judge, who was born in Indiana to Mexican immigrants, was relevant because of his campaign stance against illegal immigration and his pledge to seal the southern U.S. border. Quote, I'm building a wall. It's an inherent conflict of interest, Mr. Trump said. I have to say, thinking about this, it sounds legitimate to me. You have a Mexican judge presiding over a Mexican issue, right? How, and people say, well, but he's an American, he was born in America, he's an American. You can't say he's biased. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. I got one for you. These people in the Middle East. I know everyone's hearing about what's happening in Europe. The massive amount of rapes and other things happening in Europe. Unbelievable. The cultural differences. The slobs that these people are shown to be because they say, here's a nice, beautiful apartment they were given, and here's what it looks like now. And it's in absolute ruins. And I've seen numerous photos and even some video of different places, different areas within the EU, the same situation, trash everywhere, they've destroyed the place. You are talking two different cultures colliding. So, perfect example. London, right? Was it London? Just got their first Muslim mayor. If you look and read what this man has already been saying, and you can already tell by his own words easily, he is absolutely for the Muslims and has that point of view top and center of his mind. Screw the rest of you white Londoners. I'm in charge now. We got a bunch of Muslims coming over here, and I'm kind of catering to them. That is a prime example. He wasn't a refugee. He couldn't become a mayor if he was just a refugee like that. This man should have been a Londoner like the rest of us. But his background, ethnicity, he's a Muslim, Middle Easterner. So would anybody argue that man in London, the new mayor, might even kind of be biased towards, in a good way, towards his own people, his own ethnic heritage, if you will? You can already see what they're doing. You already know the answer is yes. So how is that example I just gave you any different than what Donald Trump just said? You are a Mexican judge presiding over the case. This is a conflict of interest. People with Mexican heritage can't be trusted to put American values first. That is a solid statement, and I'll even change it. Ready? Because that may hurt your feelings the way I just said that. Let me switch it and tell me if this hurts your feelings. People with radicalized Muslim thoughts, or we'll just call them radicalized Muslims, can't be trusted to put American values first. Now how does it sound? People with radicalized Muslim faith beliefs can't be trusted to put American values first. And by the way, the judge presiding over your case on this matter of Middle Eastern terrorism and whatnot in the U.S. is a Middle Eastern Muslim himself. How would you feel if that was your case? You would be in an absolute uproar. How in the hell could you have this super solid Middle Eastern Muslim judge presiding over this Middle Eastern terrorism case against these people over here who we know are Middle Eastern terrorism suspects or whatever, right? Well, there's no conflict of interest. So you're the old white guy, the old whitey out of it, or black, right? See, you got two different things here. We're talking about a whole new race now, right? It used to be black and white tensions. No, now it's black and white on one side. Tensions against Mexican judge, Middle Eastern London mayor, Muslim president, etc. So think about how Barack Obama would not call these attacks that have happened periodically in the United States when it's like, okay, Muslim extremists did it. He refused and told the Justice Department, do not use those terms. We don't want to use radical. Don't say that at all. Don't even use that word. That right there is proof. Your own president of your country is doing that as we speak and has been doing it. And you're going to get on Trump's case because he's calling a spade a spade. He is tired of the political correctness, as the rest of us are, and doesn't give a crap. He doesn't talk like a politician. He doesn't try to slide one by you like a politician. He tells you as it is. So I read this, went back to the other article. I cannot find anything. So once again, if you have some major proof that Donald Trump is this big, racist, bigot, whatever, where in the hell is it at and why can't I find it? I am a freaking expert with computers, using the internet. I understand search engines. I understand the algorithms. I understand all this. And as you already know, Google is the number one search engine used. No one even comes close to second place. They're miles apart. Second place winner is miles apart from Google. Google gives you the best results. So if I read the top results of Google, and it's all hearsay garbage and twisting of words, and show me where he was, a company that he owned, and the management actually did it, not him, heard it from a friend, who heard it from a friend, who heard it from another. You've been messing around. You're rallied every weekend. You're building walls deep, and the Mexican government's paying for it now. Seriously. Why do people have to bend things and twist them so absurdly and then call it he's a racist? I've got 10 reasons, and all 10, I'm looking at top number one reason. It's got, what is that? Number 2's got to have it. Nope, doesn't either. Number 3, it's even worse. It's just complete hearsay. Well, he knew somebody that knew somebody, and he heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that he was a racist. A former manager of a former manager said that when he worked for Trump, in 1973, okay, I was born in 1977, I'm 38 years old now. And even then, he sued the Justice Department for $100 million because it was fraudulent, according to him. Nobody does that. You ever hear of a bank robber or a drug cartel? They nailed them. Multi-state agency, big bang. We got the guys finally. You ever hear of them suing the Department of Justice for wrongful, arrest? No, they know they're busted. They're just trying to get out of it as best they can, not sue you because they already know they did it. They just want to get out of it. I cannot find any sources with real information that can say, boom, right there, this is what he did. Here's the proof. Here's the video. Here's the picture. Here's anything. Can't find it. But if you talk to anybody who's not a Trump supporter, they cite 2 things: racism, woman hater. And I've looked for both. This specifically, I want to find the racist one because I keep seeing that more than the woman hater part. That's the big one. So I didn't even bother, at least today. I've looked previously on that same issue, and it's a soundbite on the media. They cut it, split it, flipped it, and that didn't sound good, Trump. Oh, hold on. Let me go to another media site that has the whole clip. Oh, he didn't even say that at all. Oops, sorry. We edited, chopped, manipulated, and here's your soundbite. So, show me some freaking proof. That's what I'm asking for. Show me some freaking proof that Donald Trump is this big racist guy. I can't find it. The Huffington Post, again, let's take a look at our all-female editorial board. And me in the back. Excuse me, I'd like to, lady, who's in charge over here? I'm not sure which one of you. But listen, I kind of feel like you guys are sexist a little bit. Like you got me in the back of the bus or the back of the conference table. You guys are all up here, and I'm way back here. Like, you won't even look at me. You're just smiling from the cameras. You all got your, MacBook Pros in front of you. I don't even have a tablet. I got a little piece of paper and a pen. Pen and paper to write on. Lindsey Williams isn't speaking. He didn't tell me to grab a piece of pen and paper. You guys got nice fancy laptops, but I only got this paper. You guys are racist and prejudiced. Take care.